Chairwoman McCarthy, Ranking Member Platts, and members of the Subcommittee on Healthy Families and Communities, everything a food service director buys, except commodities, they buy what they want, from whom they want, when they want it, delivered where they want it. Why is it except commodities? As examples, in California, we used to receive frozen chicken from Arkansas. We would then send the chicken back to Arkansas to be made into chicken nuggets, and they would send it back to us to serve to school children. In Michigan and Ohio, they would receive cheese from Wisconsin. They would then pay to have the cheese sent back to Minnesota to be made into pizza, and then sent back to them again. 20 years ago, I led a group of 11 other directors, and we fought for 3 years, and with the help of members of Congress, we were able to form a cooperative and receive direct delivery of our commodities, both to ourselves and to the processors we choose. We now help over 1,000 school districts, serving 2 million lunches a day. The districts range in size from over 37,000 to as small as 21. In many states, even today, the directors have no choice on where their commodities are processed. In fact, one state doesn't even process commodities. In many states, commodities are delivered once a month to one location, and each district must fund and provide a warehouse, a freezer, or refrigerator, and then transport those foods from the one location to all the schools in the district. Directors are forced to develop menus based on commodities rather than on the menus that customers want, which is one of the things that my colleague just referred to. The cooperative system changes all of that. Because of the changes in the Farm Bill several years ago and changes in industry, we are now providing choices that are both healthy and customer-friendly. By April of each year, our member districts know where 95% of their commodities are going and when they're going to be delivered. They choose what they want, and they're getting it. For example, USDA provides chicken at least 8 different ways. Our members can receive deliveries directly at each school or have it processed by processors into over 150 different items. In other words, we offer more choices than Starbucks does coffee. Our purchasing contracts ask each vendor to agree to sell to our district for the lowest price in the state. All except one have agreed to do that, and that one went bankrupt this year. We have returned over $1 million in volume discounts to our local school districts. In fact, many of our members receive more money from us in volume discounts than they pay us to coordinate their commodities. This past year, for the first time, we tied our contracts to the commodity market, and the commodity market went down, and our prices were down significantly. We provide fresher, more nutritious commodity items. This past year, with excellent support from USDA, we were able to implement a pilot project offering fresh sliced apples in individual packets to our districts. Pavel Matusnik, who has testified before this committee and has an innovative food service program, and I worked for over 2 years to replicate the commercial delivery system for fresh produce using entitlement dollars. The program was an overwhelming success in the 8 states that piloted it, and hopefully we will be able to expand it to include carrots and oranges and grapes. Kids will eat sliced apples where they'll throw away a whole apple. Stephen Ambrose, in his book on the construction of the Trans-American Railroad, made an interesting observation. In the 18th century, railroad barons were the wealthiest people in America. Today, they don't exist. The railroad barons should have considered themselves to be transportation innovators, not railroad barons. We need to do the same rethinking in commodity foods and distribution. Business as usual should become an unusual practice. I'm hopeful this committee will assist us in allowing more innovation. How? I'm glad you asked. USDA has been innovative in allowing better business practices. These practices, such as allowing districts to form cooperatives and arrange direct delivery by their commercial distributors, should be permitted in all states. All states receive federal money for state administrative expenses. Some of this money is earmarked for commodity distribution, but some states use it for other purposes. USDA delivers commodities by the truckload for free inside of a state. If a state does not distribute the commodities, there should be no charge. In California, this charge amounts to $5 million a year taken from local school districts. Continue to encourage and expand substitutability. USDA is implementing a new technology to simplify and improve purchasing and distribution. Use this to review current business practices at the federal level, the state level, and the local level. If we were to redesign commodity distribution, it would look nothing like it started 60 years ago. In closing, I would like to say our customer has changed. When I was growing up, there were no chicken nuggets, there were no Happy Meals. Families ate at home. Today, more than 50% of the family's food budget is spent on food prepared outside the home. When a parent today says it's time for dinner, many children don't know whether to run to the kitchen or the car. We need innovation in the National School Lunch Program so that when a child is asked, where do they want to go for dinner, they'll say school. Thank you.